Hey yo, Mike Katz here with 7 Points Capital coming to you on Thursday here. Another beautiful day. I personally had another fantastic day. I'm really excited about the market, what's going on here with the stocks, the way they're moving, and all the action that we've been seeing. And I want to jump in and talk about Kodak real quick. Kodak, unbelievable move, set up beautifully yesterday. We talked about it in yesterday's video. So the stock goes higher, really strong, and we can zoom into here to where we closed yesterday. Higher high, higher low. We had this trend line going up, and $10 was a pretty big level. We kept on bouncing off of it once, twice, three times, but every time we would make a lower high, and I took this one home short, and this ended up being probably one of my best trades in a long time. And we stayed with it and traded some more intraday. And if we scroll over to the right, we can see that overnight it gapped down. Well, most likely because what helped was the coins, Bitcoins and Ripple and all those were down yesterday, last night, and overnight with the South Korea news. And I'm sure that helped everything that was blockchain related. I helped them go down. And this thing traded lower pre-market. And I remember waking up early, turning on the PC and seeing this thing drift lower, trimmed a tiny bit here at about 6:30 a.m. Pops up, put out an order to reshort that at 10 because that's where resistance is, and then made my way into the office, and this thing just opened and started going sideways. And what's interesting to me here is when it went sideways, it stayed below this level, down and sideways, couldn't get above 10. And when we get to the end of this chart, we'll see that everybody, all the volume that traded here between 10 and 12 were stuck on the long side, and that's providing a catalyst for a move down, and people were towards the end panicking out, and that's what we saw here. We had a nice move down, $10.50 and 12. This shows all the shares that changed hands, and the clue was the descending triangle, one of my A+ setups, lower high, lower high, lower high with a flat bottom. So coming into today, nice position, worked, pressed the short on the early on as it was weak most of the day, and covered as it went lower. And I'm still holding about half my position on from overnight. And basically, those of you who have seen the videos from before, my A+ setup comes here. If we do get a bounce somewhere here to the high 9s to 10, I will reshort and I'll put on a decent size versus here. It should not be able to get above 10. It should not be able to get above 1150. And then I will be expecting a move like that. So a lot of ifs, but I'm prepared with my if-then statements. And this was a fantastic trader, very easy to read, and did really well in it. So Kodak was good. Another one that was in play today was RMGN. RMG Networks. This thing popped up. Let's look at the daily. First of all, what's important here is that we're in a downtrend on the daily, and as soon as this thing popped up and had a push, you could see that there was resistance at 250 here. All right, 250 resistance. Let's draw that real fast. Boom, boom, boom. And that's where this thing failed. And if we go to the intraday chart, let's look at the 1 minute real quick. We can see that we got a push up, nice drift. And I was actually considering trading this on the long side, thinking maybe this wash to $2 was a place to get involved, get long, and then who knows how high this goes, because these blockchain plays have been having these crazy moves. But the last week or so, these pops, they've been selling them, and you don't really get the continuation on the blockchain news, right? So the market's getting adjusted and people are getting smarter and they're selling into the moves. So I remember looking at this trade here thinking right here, so over here it looks like it's trending up, respecting VWAP, making higher highs, not a bad pullback, dip into 220. I tried to buy here, I couldn't, it didn't go down far enough, I couldn't get any, and then it pops up, gets back to 250, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, looks good, should go higher. But instead of going higher, boom, nice big drop, and it's giving me another chance to buy the shares that I didn't buy before. Well, guess what? A lot of times if I get another chance, I don't want it, right? If somebody keeps on giving me something for sale, maybe it's not as good as it seems. So at this point, I said I'm backing off of the long. A lot of people are probably stuck short here, stuck long. So I wanted to flip bias to the short side. So this thing comes down, hammers, and starts to go up, but tails up, goes up and pulls back. And now I'm thinking short, and this is starting to turn into a descending triangle. I got short here, I added more here, and if this is a descending triangle, I'm looking for a drop. So it had a spike up right here. It looks like it's ready to go down. I added, and half I was going to exit if it gets above 231 and the rest above 250. Well, it had one of those moves where it did pop up, take me out of my half here at 231, but I quickly realized that they were selling into it. It was not going to break 250. This topping tail on volume shows that we're not going to let this thing go up, and then boom, a big whoosh. So here I put back on what I covered, and got this nice big drop, covered at 2, half of it, and then it stays below 2. I was expecting maybe it would get another bounce for me to size back in, but it stayed below 2 and went sideways, and this is looking like a bear flag. $2 offer was holding, and I said, all right, after this big drop, lower high, another big drop, a lot of people are probably stuck long and decided to add to the short, and got another small mini descending triangle here, right? Low of 180, but every time it went up for less. Right here, lower high, and boom, eventually it's going to crack. Where is that? Where is that? Where is it? Right there. Nice drop. Liquid stock, able to do size, and covered into this drop to 160, and I was pretty much done with it here. Now I'm thinking if it does get back to resistance, I would like to put some on, and if we can, I'll just zoom out. You guys could see it does get back up here, get rejected, and then once again get back up here and get rejected. So these were great spots to short again and cover into the wash, short and cover into the wash. So this was probably my I think my second best symbol of the day. And another one, SECO, was a blockchain announcement, looked good, but again, these things are not getting the secondary moves, they're getting the pumps, but people are selling into them. And there was some, I think I tried on the long side this opening wash somewhere here, and it just started drifting instead of bouncing, and I took the trade off for a loss, but that told me that this is weak, staying below VWAP, lower highs, and there were some nice trades on the short side here as well, and also a late day fade. So another symbol, more proof that these blockchain plays were not doing well. They're selling into them. Midday we had Bitcoin take a drop right here. Early on there was a drop, and So these things are just on the weak side, and more proof is LFIN. You guys remember LFIN, right? Let's look at LFIN. This is the daily, the one that went crazy from, I don't know, a couple of dollars to 140, and this was the nutty action right here. Well, I've been in this since here, since this area started at 82, shorted, covered some, bounced right here, put some more on, and it got a little bit hairy here because $60 stock, this thing can easily have been back up to 100, but rode it out, sitting tight, letting the trade work, and covered some here, and now looking for more unwind. If it does, fantastic. This was a trade where there was a lot of patience involved. Let's go to the 15-minute. You guys could see that this spike, pull back, goes up and makes a lower high, gets rejected a couple of times. It looked like it was going to bounce up, but it got rejected and stuffed, and boom. Once this broke, we got some more selling, took half off, and this is probably the trade of the year for me, and been doing really well with this guy as well. So blockchain has been the gift that keeps on giving. And I think it's due to the spiders just being up every day, the market up every day. So it's bringing up a lot of symbols that are moving up, lots of volatility, make money on the long side, make money on the short side, and really good action. So tomorrow we have the banks kicking off earnings, looking forward to earnings season, and the desk is working hard, getting prepared to know what's reporting, what's expected, know the levels, and to crush these symbols and the plays every day going forward. So thank you very much for watching. Mike Katz, 7 Points Capital, with today's trader takeaways.